This brings us to our final theme, which we have called Timeless Modernism, and this is about retro-futurizing products. When we entered the new millennium a decade ago, people thought, well, now we have this new era, we're going to start from scratch and we're going to create a whole new society with new technology. And so far, that really hasn't happened yet, at least not on a very big scale. It's also because, major changes take time, but especially now we see that consumers don't really want major life-changing innovations. They are, in these insecure times, they are looking for things that they know and trust, and even though they really appreciate new technology that could make their lives easier, they still wanted to have some connection with what has come before. So if we look at product design, we kind of see an anachronism. We see things from the past juxtaposed or fused with things from current times or things from the future. For instance, the clock on the wall, I don't know if you can see it well, at first sight it has digital numbers, but when you look closely you will see that the digital numbers are made up of the hands of analog clocks. So this product as such really combines old analog technology with new digital technology. The same more or less goes for the bicycle. This shows a whole important trend within this theme, which is about rethinking and recreating proportion using mathematics. So you see these whole new clean geometric shapes, yet this bike has a classic leather Brooks saddle that has been around for almost a century. So again, you see this combination of the past and the future. The white chair we added for a different reason. This symbolizes another important development in this theme, and that is about rethinking construction and proportion. This could either be done just for aesthetic reasons, but also to make things more eco-friendly. For instance, this chair was just folded from one layer of cardboard, and we will find this type of design in all kinds of products. For instance, to make design that can easily be disassembled, so it can also be recycled much more easily. When we look at clothing, we see this same anachronism. For instance, the guy on the right, he's wearing a rather classic jacket, yet made in a high-tech nylon fabric, with an almost transparent nylon shirt and double pants, yet he is combining this with Roman sandals, like the ones that we've seen in the previous theme. When you look at what the women are wearing, you can see also this influence from geometry with layered, slim, geometric-looking silhouettes with rather angular cuts. And what you might also notice is the absence of prints. All the psychedelic colors and prints that we have seen over the past seasons are on the way out and are being replaced by good, clean, timeless yet very modern basics. So what does it look like in footwear? Well, for instance, we find designs that have been taken back to their bare essentials, such as these sandals by Calvin Klein. And you also see this influence from geometry, where all lines have been made angular and straight and clean. Now, I'm not trying to say that you should all make styles that look as sterile as this, but you could have another look at the things that you already have and see how you can basically strip down anything that is unnecessary. This is the design for disassembly that I was talking about, although only partially. I don't know if you can see this well. This was a shoe that was presented by Vibram at the last Linea Pelle, and the straps are not attached with any glue or stitching. Instead, they've made little slits in the insole that form loops, and this is where the straps go through. So the consumer could alter the way the straps wrap around the foot, or maybe exchange straps. From a design for disassembly perspective, it would have been a little more ideal if the outsole would also have been just one layer of EVA rather than several layers glued together. Just like the first theme of our presentation, this story is also important to update your existing classics, only in a whole different way. If you look at these sneakers by Black Laboratories, you see that they all have a classic recognizable silhouette, just a tennis sneaker and a basketball sneaker as we know them. But the uppers have been completely restyled, and it looks like the designers actually used a pair of scissors and a ruler to do that. And maybe you should actually try that on your shoes that you already have. Just make the lines of the patterns angular. I don't know if you can see it very well on the small screen, but the stitching actually goes against the patterns, sometimes going right across the shoe instead of following the lines of the panels. Of course, the color blocking and the stripes also help. I know I said we wouldn't see many prints, and we won't, but if you use prints, use anything that is clean and geometric and take inspiration from op art, for instance. Obviously, when we talk about rethinking and redesigning geometric shapes, architecture is a major source of inspiration, and that is what we see here. And again, we find this anachronism that I spoke of earlier. These shoes basically have a very classic, simple pump upper, which is then juxtaposed with this futuristic, geometric new type of heel that's almost like a little sculpture. This is a trend that we have seen on the catwalks already, but it's slowly making its way into the young consumer market, and that's why I picked these two particular shoes, which are by Irregular Choice and Feud, to show you that this is not just limited to high-end, high-fashion brands. This brings us to the end of our presentation. Of course, there's lots more to tell, but for GDS we only had about half an hour, so we tried to give you a good overview in this limited time. Now, should you want to know more and also want to look a little bit further ahead, you are welcome to come join us on September 22 for our big Think Again seminar in Amsterdam. During about half a day, we will shed some light on the trends for Autumn/Winter 10/11 and Spring/Summer 11. You can check our blog for our schedule and our prices, www.ytrends.com/blog. Of course, this is an ideal opportunity to combine a shopping tour of the stores in Amsterdam with a whole lot of information on how we are moving forward in the coming seasons. Should you want some more information but are not able to come to our seminar, then please just check our website, www.ytrends.com, for more information on our ongoing Think Again trend service. Thank you very much for your attention.